People may not like what I'm about to say, but films do not need to be loyal to their original texts. In fact, one of the most iconic films of all time is a far more glamorized version of its much darker original story. Hi, and welcome to my weekly series where I'm doing quick breakdowns of some of my favorite films. And today we're talking about perhaps one of the most famous films to come out of the 20th century, the film that got me into film, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Breakfast at Tiffany's captures a mere glimpse into the life of mysterious society girl, which is a fancy way of saying high-end escort, Holly Golightly, as seen from the perspective of Paul Varjak, an aspiring writer who recently moved into her building in New York City. But don't be fooled, this is not a story of them both finding success in the big city or shopping at Tiffany & Co. endlessly. It's a story about child marriage and trauma. Throughout the film, Holly often references the Mean Reds.
The Mean Reds are horrible. Suddenly you're afraid and you don't know what you're afraid of.
Now, what are the Mean Reds? Panic attacks. And the only antidote to her panic attacks is to go to Tiffany's. But why Tiffany's? Well, part of the reason is this creep. As revealed in the film, Holly is not the fun single girl living in the big city that we thought. She's a married woman from rural Texas who was groomed into marriage as a child after her parents died, and she and her brother were escaping abusive foster homes. And when Doc Golightly's daughter brought home Holly and Fred one day, starving and frail, Doc Golightly really thought to himself, yep, I'm gonna save that little 10-year-old girl and make her my wife. And it's also assumed that Holly is somebody who's been abused a lot in childhood and suffers from a lot of trauma now as a result of it. But Holly uses her survival skills, knowing how to maneuver and flatter men, as a way to support herself financially, and maybe in doing so she'll find the right rich guy and marry him and have stability for the rest of her life. And stability is a very important thing to Holly, and that's where Tiffany's comes in. Because Tiffany's is a place where men cannot control or abuse her. Instead, men are dressed in neatly tailored suits in a calm, elegant environment surrounded by diamonds and pearls, and there to assist Holly with any want or need. It's all Holly could ever want. Luxury, stability, and men who aren't trying to take advantage of her. And luxury is a huge symbol of stability for Holly. And her escort work allows her to be exposed to bits and pieces of luxury, but the cost is being around unpredictable or inappropriately behaved men. But not at Tiffany's. And the book doesn't put as much emphasis on this luxury or glamorous side of Holly. In fact, many of the scenes in the film are completely original and don't exist in the book. And that's okay. Blake Edwards' adaptation interrogates Holly from a slightly different lens than the book does. And the film has a far more satisfying ending. If you've not seen it yet, go check it out. It's currently for rent on various platforms, and also maybe hit up your local bookstore or library so you can compare and contrast the book and the film. And as always, don't forget to save this video for future reference, and don't forget to follow for more movie recommendations.